Well, a long time ago, storytelling was very important because that's the way our youth learned. You know, we didn't have schools like today, so it was the storytellers and the elders. The stories are teachings. There's always a teaching attached in every story. Okay, I'll tell you a quick one there, the coyote in the blanket. One time a coyote was walking out in the field and
the role of storytelling in the Aboriginal community, I think, was originally used to share information, to help people within a community learn what are the rules or the values of that community. I think that it was very effective because it brought people together. They shared everything. They not only shared food, clothing, shelter, but they shared a wealth of culture and community. And I think that it was passed down effectively because they didn't have all the tools and media resources that we have today. And so in these very small, special settings, they shared a lot of information.
I told him, you know, that's mine, and the birds were telling him, you know, coyote's stealing, you know, he's done wrong and he shouldn't do that. And finally the rock started moving and started rolling after the coyote, you know. Just blanket it, you know. And so the moral of the story that you shouldn't take anything that doesn't belong to you.
I believe there's a rich tradition of storytelling in the Aboriginal community, and I've been teaching at Prince Charles for 10 years. So it's been a learning experience for me to find out the role of storytelling in their culture.
Story precedes literacy development. Even before language, there's story, that children essentially develop pictures and images, and they're making associations, and so, you know, there's all of this internalization that happens before language is actually expressed verbally. In essence, story encompasses language and culture and tradition. It sets the foundation.
But the rock people are our oldest teachers. They have seen and heard everything.
I think that for some children where there's maybe not been any prior language shared at home through books, that when they come to school, it can really do a lot to build the vocabulary, to give them skills to become stronger writers, and it takes time to learn those skills.
That night, as Omokaias ate the stew of venison that Mama cooked, she felt herself grow stronger with each bite.
Storytelling was the main thing, a way of life, because that's how you learn about your culture and your language. Well, I think it's experiencing the stories, you know, like if a story was about a certain area, you know, the storyteller or the elder would take him out there so that they can see, you know, with their eyes, you know, what was the story about, and you know, how it relates, you know, to them and also to nature.
I think storytelling is very important in conveying culture and language because of the emotion that is attached to stories.
Stories are important because if I'm feeling sad, sometimes if it's a happy story, it makes me feel happy again.
Well, we know, for example, that kids of all ages enjoy being read to, even if they're in grade 12. Read with your kids, read to your kids. They love it. Show them how not only is it fun, it's useful and it enhances your life. Help them to see that literacy is one of the most important lenses that we look at the world through.
Stories are important because they help some people learn. I've learned how some of the stories are how about the earth was made or how some animals were made.
I think the listening to stories is a magical way of communicating, and I don't think that has ever changed.
So it's very important to continue with storytelling in life, because that's our way of life, and that's like that's our books, our unwritten books, storytelling. You know, that's our way of teaching and learning also.